My name is Madison Wall. I'm from DeQuincy, Louisiana, and I graduated from Louisiana Tech University. My journey towards optometry began with being in high school. My stepdad was a dentist, and he really inspired me to always make good grades and really try hard, and that I had all the potential in the world to be a doctor or be anything that I wanted to be. And so I kind of wanted to emulate him and be in the medical field. I really wasn't into teeth, so I started looking at different health professions, and I myself have really bad eyes. I've worn glasses since I was 10 years old, so I thought, well, I'll look at optometry and see what that's about. And so I shadowed my eye doctor, Dr. Jano, at home, and I fell in love with it. So about my sophomore year in college, I started making sure I had the prerequisites for optometry school and started shadowing Dr. Jano every summer and just trying to get a little bit of experience, and fell in love with the profession. My process for deciding which schools to apply to was proximity to home, and then what type of campus it was, whether it was affiliated with another university, what the class size was. SEO stood out to me because of the family atmosphere and because of the fact that every time I came up here to visit, my tour guide seemed to know everyone on campus, so it just seemed like a really friendly atmosphere. I was definitely asking specific questions to my tour guide, definitely about class size, about teacher-student relationships, about student-faculty relationships as well. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't treated as a number, which is, you definitely aren't here. You're definitely treated as a future colleague, which really stood out to me. So I wanted to make sure that rapport was there between the students and the faculty and the teachers, and it definitely is. As far as proximity to home, I was kind of living in a fantasy world before I got to optometry school, thinking like, oh, I'll be able to go home whenever I want to, and it's definitely not the case. Memphis has definitely become my home. I've gotten really close to a lot of my classmates. So you're really busy throughout the school year between studying and student involvement and just different activities on campus that you realize while you do miss home, it's not a factor in like being homesick. You're very welcomed here, and this definitely has become a home. I'm a member of SPOSH, which is the student volunteer organization here on campus. They go to do different things throughout the community throughout the year to earn volunteer hours and to earn funds to go on a big mission trip at the end of the year. And I'm also a member of the student ambassador, so I help give tours to prospective students. I'm involved in a church here in Memphis, and I do stuff with them throughout the week. My Sunday school class has a young singles Sunday school class for college age and professional age students and young individuals to get together. And then a lot of my friends here at school, we try to find stuff to do that's outdoors. Memphis here on the weekends, the zoo, Shelby Farms, farmers markets. We try to hit all of it, especially during the summer. It's a lot of fun. My transfer from undergrad to professional school was probably a unique one. I took a year off in between undergrad and optometry school. So the biggest transition was just getting back into the swing of things of studying. That was probably the biggest challenge because I'd spent a year just working 40 hours a week. So to get right back into studying 40 plus hours a week was a little bit of a transition, but not anything that wasn't manageable. The teachers did a really great job of like making the workload definitely manageable. So the transition is definitely one that can be made by students. The workload will be increased, but it's stuff that you want to learn. So it's what you want to do for the rest of your life. So it's stuff that you want to study, and it's stuff that you want to take the time to sit down for a few hours a day and look over. So it's definitely a hard transition, but one that can be made. My experience at SEO has been a rewarding one for sure. I've told one of my friends that I know that was applying to optometry school that it will be the hardest, most rewarding experience of your life, because at the end of that semester, when you get through with all those finals, just to know that, to look back at where you started in September or where you started in January, to see how far you've come and how much you've learned is definitely one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had. I definitely feel like I've grown so much, and I've figured out so much about myself, about my abilities to be able to learn this task that I never thought that, oh my gosh, how am I going to be a doctor? That's just crazy. I felt like I've definitely had a rewarding experience and learned a lot about myself.